Okay, so my mission today is to put a pad in. Although it was a last minute change of plans, so I don't have spikes. But I'll get everything done and then maybe get the pallet to fly in some spikes, or I'll just hike down to the face and finish it off cutting the face. So I'm gonna hike up there. Looks like the bench is off up there a little bit. And that's the general direction. I want to put the pad way up over there somewhere. And the face is just down here. And the pad, can I see the pad? Where's the pad? Where is it now? Where are we? Oh, I can't even see the pad. It's way down there somewhere. I had some trees here. Where? Oh, I look in the wrong spot. Okay, so there we go. There's a pad right there. See it? So I cut a trail on the F&B over to this island right here. There's an island right down there. It's got to go. Actually, I cut it all the way up to over here. And then across the F&B up to this face along here. And then I've been bushwhacking it up from the face up to here. And there's a skim of trees. There's a corner post right there. This tree has a corner post on it. Oh, no, pardon me, top line, boundary ribbon. So there's a little strip of trees here. I gotta go. Two big ones, one there, one there. I guess two there and one there. So three bigger ones and a bunch of little ones. Just a little strip. And then just over there, the line turns up and goes up the hill. And then the line goes way up there. It's a big pocket of wood way up there. So we're gonna put another pad. The rigging crew also wanted another pad up there, and it just makes sense to put one up there because you know, if we had to hike from way up there all the way down there to that pad every day, it's a lot of wasted time. So yeah, I'm gonna put a pad up there. And my partner, he's got about a day, at least a day, probably a day and a half or something, in the sideline over there. And then he's gonna jump over there to the island. So he's got like 2.5, 3 days of cutting. And then the plan is, so I'll put this pad in today, and then he's down there. And then tomorrow I'll finish the pad. You know, just gotta go out there and spike it if all goes to plan. And then while he's finishing that spot, I'll be getting the strip right here. And then when he finishes that spot, the following day, he can jump to that island and this will be done. I'll have gotten this done the previous day, and then I'll jump over there to the face over there. And then even though I'm higher up than him, I'm side hill of him. And there's a big flat bench down there, so there's no risk of runaway potential. So we'll have good safe distance. And then once he finishes that island, then we'll have to double up to finish this block here. So yeah, hopefully I explained that clearly. So I can hike up there. I'll just take a breather. So I hike up there and I'm packing all my gear up there with me. Oh, except fuel. But there is fuel in the face over there. So at some point today, I'll have to hike down there and go get, there's a partial set just down over there somewhere. So what I'll probably do, well, if I run out of gas, then I can't cut trail down there, but whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah, so let's go up there. I've never been here before, so I'm in exploring mode right now, so it's kind of fun. Yeah. Okay. See you guys out there. Okay, so I made it up here. It didn't take me long, just a few minutes. So I just put down my gear. I'm on a little bit of a ridge here. You see, whoop, the hill drops way off right there, comes up to a ridge right here, and then it drops off down there. And there's a line right down there, and it kind of comes up. And I don't have the map on Avenza, but I do have a picture of it right here. So I'm looking for falling corner 11 or 12. Well, somewhere around 12. Try and put a pad in somewhere around there. But I got a bit of a flat bench right there, so that might be where I'll be putting a pad, somewhere in that spot there. But like I say, I don't have Avenza. The map, if you have a map on Avenza, the Avenza app, it shows you exactly where you are, just like Google Maps. So I wouldn't know exactly where I am if I had the map on Avenza, but I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. I gotta find a corner post. So let's go on a little adventure here. I'll just leave my gear here for now. On the quality control guy is in the block, and he just finished checking my partner, and this is my first day up here, so none of the wood down there is mine. So he can't do a quality check on me because I got no wood down there that's mine. And so he's going to come up here and I guess help me look for a pad. I don't know what he said. He called me on the radio, said he's heading up here. I don't know why, but that's all the power to him. So I'll meet him up here in, I don't know, 5 minutes or something. Unless he's already started. But he'll be a few minutes yet. So let's go and search. Here, I think I hear a creek down there. Yeah, I hear a creek over there. I got the major river and the valley bottom over there, but I think I hear a creek over there. So let's go explore that way for fun. And then we'll circle around down to the bench down there and try to find the corner post. Okay, we're looking for corner post. So a corner post is usually a little tree where the engineers have scraped the bark off with an axe, and then they put a bunch of ribbon around it and then put a little tag. Usually it's an orange tag, or they'll spray paint the area they strip the bark off, they spray paint it orange, and then they'll write with the felt marker info on it, like your falling corner number and some other engineering mumbo jumbo. But all I'm concerned about is the falling corner number. Okay, so where is the other ribbon? I must go down because there's one ribbon there. Does it go across? I don't see it over there. Sometimes, oh yeah, way up there. Way up there. So you got to be, really got to keep an eye out because sometimes the ribbons are pretty far apart. Oh, there's one right there. I'll walk right past it. I'm hiding in that white ribbon there. Well, what should I do? Well, what should I do? Should I go up there? What should I do here? So there's right there. I think that's the very top. I think 12 is probably over there, and it's pretty steep over there. So I'm thinking there's going to be no good spots for a pad. Some big wood there too. Let me get out the. Is this creek? Is this creek? I think this creek is on them. Yeah. So there's the creek. I'm thinking I'm probably I'm right there where my thumb is. I'm probably right around there. So, right there, where it says number 5, I'm thinking that's where that flat bench is, right over here. Yeah. I think number 12, over here, I think it's over there. And it's really steep over there, so not a good candidate for a pad. I could probably put one at the very top. You'd probably do that. So that'll be plan B. Or maybe where my gear is. But there wasn't any good stumps over there. So I'm not going to go down there. I'm going to backtrack over here to the bench, little flat spot over there. Yeah. Yeah. So my gear is just right up there. The face is just down there, not that far away. And here's the flat bench. Here's the flat bench right here. So, let me think here. So this is a pretty good spot for some stumps. It drops off right there. This actually might be a really good spot. Yeah, this is like a really good spot here. See, it's all quite flattish here. Okay, 2 good stumps. I need a couple good stumps here. So you got 2 over there. They're a good distance apart. But then you got this clump of trees here on this ridge. Or these 2 stumps here, and I can go from this stump stringer to this rock knob right here, and then a falsy stump out there. Yeah, And then it drops off right here. So it's good for the tail rotor, right? Tail rotor will be up in the air. He's looking up. This is a snag, but it's a yellow cedar. So it's probably quite solid still. Just see what my other options are. I mean, I haven't found the corner post yet, but I know I'm in the block because there's some ribbon over there. And there's that bluff edge there. So I know this side of the ribbon is the block. And there's a big natural opening here, so it saves me some cutting. The face is really close, actually. I'm not that far away from it. Yeah, this is going to be easy. Okay, so that's plan A right there for a pad spot. Yeah, I hiked way too high. I didn't have to hike near as high. Man, I could have just hiked. I could have hiked right up there. That opening in the bush, I could have hiked right up there, but I didn't. I hiked way up that steep spot, way up over there, and then over. Okay, this might be pretty boring for you guys, so I'm gonna do another little bit of a look around here to see if I find a better spot, but I think I'm gonna go with that for now. I just want to show you guys something. Look at this moss. Look how bright green it is. Looks like a big fluffy carpet. Look at that. It's so cool looking. Look at the shades of green in that moss. Whoa! Look how deep you sink in it. Watch this. Oh, watch this. It's like 4 inches deep. Squishy. Man. That's perfect for deer. A deer bed. You know? Nice soft comfy bed for a deer. Or some other animal. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys that. I get it now. I get it. Okay, so it's the sideline goes down over here all the way to my partner, and there's a bit of a ridge right there, like or a knoll in the block. There's a bit of a knoll right there, and then there's the shallow creek draw right here, and the other sideline is over there, and my bag is up over there, so I'm gonna put the pad up there because this is gonna go fast. Look how open it is. It's so open, and like one day we're gonna be like from down there to like way up there in like one day. It's so open. You're gonna be moving pretty fast through here. So even though plan A for the pad is up pretty high, in like 2 days you're gonna be actually quite close to it. I mean, you got some big wood here, so let's slow you down a bit. Okay, I'm going to stick to my original plan. I'm going to go up there and start cutting. But yeah, now I know what it's like. Sometimes I wonder, like, what's that? What did I do to the screen here? Oh, it's still recording. Yeah, sometimes I wonder how well the camera's picking up what I'm seeing. It looks so cool here. And I just, you know, how sometimes the camera doesn't do it justice, you know? Yeah. Be a wicked spot to put a cabin up here. If you found like a quartz vein full of gold, had a little gold mine up here or something, right in this like flat area, you could put a cabin. And we're a long ways away from the road. We're like 2-3 hour hike. So I got it down to camp, haven't put it together yet, but I've made my own overnight bucket. Because it's winter and we're on the, you know, kind of on the west coast, right? West coast of the province. So we're kind of close to the ocean. You know, we get a lot of storms and stuff. So we could easily get some fog, some stormy weather come in right close to the end of the day, and the chopper can't pick us up. Like say some fog came in from behind the mountain, you didn't see it, and it just kind of came over the mountain and came down, or seeped around the hill, and you know, you couldn't see it coming, and you got fogged in right close to the end of the day, and it gets dark, say quitting time's like 2:30, and it gets dark, you know, by 5 o'clock in the bush. It's dark, right? Especially if it's fogged in, it gets dark even sooner. So you know, it's pushing it, right? Like if you're a couple hour hike out, you're not gonna get in the road before dark. And we got a couple of bluffs. We got a whole mountainside. There's a big ridge line, not ridge line, but like a big bluff line along the hill below us. So we have to figure out how to get down there. And then once we get to the valley bottom to the old road, it's all overgrown. It's still a long ways to the road that's open, but once we get to the old road, we can just follow that out to where we get picked up. But there's a potential that we could be stuck on the hill out here because you don't want to be hiking down a mountain in the dark, even though, you know, I got a headlamp in my bag. And even if I had a headlamp and another flashlight, you don't want to be doing that because if you get hurt, you're hooped, right? You're not getting rescued until morning. So I got an overnight bucket. I made my own, and maybe tonight or tomorrow I'll do a little video on it. And it's got a tarp and some rope, some dried food you just add hot water to, you know, and a couple cups, some coffee packets, and a few things like that. Toque and gloves, you know, for if you're gonna spend the night, right? So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna head it to my bag and start cutting. Get that pad opened up, and it'll go quick. I'll probably just get it done today. I might even get it done early. It's gonna go quick. Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot easier than I thought. So yeah, pretty easy first day to start the shift. Okay, see you guys out there. Oh, there you go. I see a corner post. You see, get right here, orange ribbon, and go straight up the hill, another orange ribbon, straight up the hill, and then you see a corner post right there. See all that extra ribbon? No, it's just one, it's a whole bunch. And then you got some white ribbon on there. It's most likely a corner post, I'm positive it is. And then from there, the line goes side hill and up a little bit. It goes this way and then up a little bit, because there's another one right up there, see it? So it goes up and then over and up in the angle. So that should be number 12. So let's go check it out. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, okay, so it's not the corner post. I'm close to it, 12.1. Oh, there it is. Because this one didn't have a tag on it, right? But there's the one with the tag. There you go, 12. Okay. Now I know exactly where I am on the map. And it's exactly where I figured 12 would be, over in this area. So I was right. So, yeah. I guess I'll head back to my gear, which is over there. And my partner's just down over there. And yeah, I could get to him in easily under 10 minutes. Easy. I mean, I can get to way over there in like 2 minutes. Such good ground here. You can cover distance fast. So that's the rules here in BC is your following partner can't be more than a 10-minute walk from you and can't be any closer than 2 tree lengths for safety. So I can easily get to him in like 5 minutes. So we're good. Okay, so I'm ready to start cutting. I went and grabbed my saw from way up the hill up there in my bag and packed it down here. My bag is just over there. And I'm gonna start cutting over here. I'm gonna get this little stuff first and throw it in this natural opening there. And I only got one tank because I have to go get, I don't have any fuel here. The fuel is on the face just over there. And it's like 2.5 tree lengths away. It's not far away. So I'll just finish off this tank and then I'll go over and get my fuel and then continue on for the rest of the day. So you got all this little stuff you see right here. I'm gonna get all this little stuff, and I'm not sure exactly how far down I'm gonna go, but I'll probably just down over there as farthest I'll go down. I see a snag over there. Maybe I'll get this. Yeah, plan. Yeah, I'll go with my original plan. Get all this little stuff right in the middle of this draw here, and then I'll work down towards that snag. And then once I get that snag down at the farthest point over there, then I'll get all the green trees, working my way back up. Yeah, that's what I do. But what also the thing I gotta think of is you don't want to smash the wood, right? So you see this leaner here, this big one, it's got a pretty decent lean, it's leaning this way. So I don't want to throw any small good wood across where I'm gonna dump this one, because I don't want to break that little wood, right? Like if I threw that one down, let's see, or actually there's not really much to worry about, but you get my point, right? So unless it's garbage wood, you throw the garbage wood down first, then you throw all the good big wood down after that, then the little good wood, if you can. Yeah. Anyways, that's enough chatting. Let's get to work. Sun's coming out too. But I got mountain shade all day. I'll be in the shade all day. This is great because it keeps me nice and cool. So, how should I angle this? Maybe I'll go, yeah, something like that. So I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm just gonna film me just in real time, just getting all little stuff, just so you can see, you know, how I work and my pace and that kind of stuff. So yeah, and it's gonna be the type of tank where I'm kind of like coming up with a plan as I go, you know. And I'm gonna tighten my boots up. My laces are a bit loose, but I'll do that when I finish this tank. I'm on pretty flattish ground, so I'm not really worried about it, but I do like my boots a little more snug.
Ah.
Okay, I'm out of fuel. I'm gonna go get that other set. And I don't know how much you guys see. Probably camera probably wasn't in a very good spot, and that looks like that sapling was right in the way. Oh, I guess I could have done a better job. But yeah, my feet are real sloppy in these boots now. I gotta tighten up my laces right now and go get that other set of fuel over there. Well, that was a good first tank. Man, I love being out here. Sometimes your job is just fun, you know, and easy going. Yeah, we got a couple big ones. Look at that leaner there, that's probably like 6 feet. Well, not including that slabby bit that's connected to it. It's a bit bigger. Then we got it's a pretty big hemlock. Hemlocks don't usually get that big. Not normally. Over right there. Okay, real good heavy lean to it too, right? Lean out that way. It's got a broken top, so this whole thing's probably pulp. Yeah, I should probably get that one down fairly soon so it's on the bottom. Right? I'm not going to smash any good wood, so I'll probably get that one pretty soon. But anyways, I gotta go get that fuel. It's just around the ridge there, just over there. And yeah, where is it? This tree here, it's leaning out that way across the line, across the creek there. But if you look down this way, it's just a gentle slope, right? So, and then over here is this draw. So I think we'll follow directly down that slope. Because if I throw it that way, it's across the line, and another side of the line drops real steep down to the creek down there, or I guess the main river. And if I wedge it out across this way, it's going to go across that draw, and I might buckle in that draw. So it's a real good one, right? It's a real good one. So I'm going to save that. So I'm not going to go down there and open up. I'm going to save that for my partner when he comes up there. So we're going to cut it off. But across the creek over there, behind this tree, I'm going to open up into the face over there, where the guy who shifted out the other day, where he finished. I'm gonna open up into there, and then focus on that corner while my partner, he's way down over there. Well, maybe I won't. It's pretty tall wood. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll cut it off. I'll cut it off right here. I'll get the little stuff. I brushed up some small stuff behind this tree, so I'll just clean that up, get some little understory, and then I'll just leave that real tall one, those tall ones over there, way over there. I'll leave those because that's actually getting pretty close to my partner down there. So for safety, just to be extra safe, I'll just leave those, and then I'll get this one right in front of us, I guess. Yeah, that's the plan so far. Okay, I'll go get that fuel, and I'll see you guys here in a little bit. Yeah, so I did decide to take a few here in this opening, close to this other opening over here. There's some easy ones that are leaning that way. Then I get a few more little ones, and then that's it. This is actually ways over there and down, so a big bench between us, so it's all good. But look at this tall fir here. Real tall. Leaning to the left. Yeah, it's good. They're straight up and down, like right there, so it has a bit lean to the left. We might want to wedge it actually, because it's kind of flat over that way. If you wedge it right up into here, it'll lay out quite nicely. Because over here, if you look this way, there's a big dip right here, big draw, and then there's a bit of a hog's back over there, so it's going to break. It's definitely going to break, so definitely take the time to wedge it out this way, save it out, because you'll be smashing thousands and thousands of dollars worth of wood just by being lazy and following up the lean. So Yeah, we'll wedge that one to the right, but I'll leave that for my partner. I'm gonna cut it off right here. I'm gonna cut it off like right like this. And I'll leave those trees too, because there's a snag, and that's a big one. Yeah, that's so far that's the plan. I'll take that leaner out right there. That's an easy one. But I might take those two out. We'll see. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's going pretty good right now. So I gotta limb and top this one, and then get this one here, and I'll probably limb and top that one. That's got a double top, so I'll probably bucket off at the double top, and the rest will fly. Real easy going. And that yellow cedar, I'll take some of that. There's some good wood in there. Real easy going stuff here. So yeah. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh yeah, one more thing I keep forgetting. Because whenever I look back at my own videos, I'm like, oh, I wish I had panned up higher to see the top of the trees. So yeah, there's the top of the trees right there. There's that snag. There's the next two I'm gonna get. So that's what I'm looking at. And I'll look up. I'm gonna throw everything right in this hole right here, straight down in here. Okay. Okay, so there's a sideline right there. And I was just bucking this blow down here that I'm standing on. And I came out to the end of to top it, and I realized there's like a 60-foot cliff right here down in the main creek. And you see it, it's kind of zigzags its way down the mountain over that way and then around like this. But yeah, it's like, yeah, 60 feet. Straight down. Oh yeah, literally. There's a bit of an overhang actually. I go out like this. Yeah, there's an overhang. Wow. Check that out. I'll put my hand out, reach out there with the camera. Look at that. That's cool. Look at this tree growing this right on the side of the bluff. The bottom of the tree is way down at the bottom, and it grew along the really vertical ledge there. It grew. That's cool. Yeah, you think if you put springboards in that tree, you'd want to like tie yourself off with like a safety harness. It was a long ways down. I don't see any quartz down there. Some big boulders though. Yeah, there's another drop off over there. I'll get my other camera so I can zoom in. All that moss over there. What's that? Is that quartz? Or just a shiny rock? I think it's just a wet shiny rock. Look at that. Where is it? Where is it? What am I looking at here? There we are. It's interesting. Back to work. Yeah, you gotta be watching where you're walking around here. You might just fall off a cliff and drown if you survive the fall.